Good morning to you. Thank you for staying with the Flow of Godson State, and welcome to another edition of the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions. Joining all and sundry across the globe to celebrate International Women's Day 2024 is paramount, as considering the inherent challenges confronting them from within our shores as Nigerians is equally very important. The theme for the 2024 celebration is Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress. A massive pointer to the essence of the women in the world, more especially in the African society, not least Nigeria as a nation. On the program this morning, the platform would tend to take stock of how the society has treated women and how the women themselves have fared in confronting their challenges. And that is what we are going to look at on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions this morning. My name is Wisdom Thomas, and my guest is already with me virtually. I'm talking about Bishop-elect Sally William Chinebu, PhD, a member of the All Progressives Congress as well, and a clergy. Good morning to you, ma. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Wisdom, and God bless you.
All right, let's start off this way. What do you make of the team, the international team for Women's Day for the year 2024? Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress.
Wisdom, if you ask me, it's a very sweet team, and it can never be anything better. It's always better every day. And if only we can invest in women, and if only women too can invest in themselves. Because for me, these things are vice versa. Nigerian women are hardworking, yet most Nigerian women are very lazy. Lazy in the sense that they look for cheap way to make an income. I've always used myself as an example. When I was growing up, I had a serious challenge. I came from a very humble background. My father was a clergyman. My mother was a wife of a clergyman, going to do cassava in the farm, cocoa farming and all that. But for us, life was very sweet. And we were taught to work hard and live a humble life. Work with our parents, go to the farm, do all sorts of things. But today, and when I became an adult woman, this was quite tough, very, very tough, I must say. But that didn't deter me, because no matter how tough things are, because of my background, I couldn't have lived otherwise. And I'm able to tell a lot of women then, just because things are rough, as a woman or as a girl, you can't live on the street. The street is not meant for you. What meant for you is a good lifestyle. When you live a good lifestyle, you have a reward. When you live a good lifestyle, you have a reward. Don't live on the street. The team, like I said, is a very good team, investing in women. There are apparently and very unfortunately, Nigerians, how many Nigerian men are investing sincerely in their wives and the house, the women and the house? That is the question now.
Okay.
And you.
Let's quickly pick it from that very point. You talked about investing in the women, in men investing in their wives at home. And I mean, we are talking about the 21st century. It's obscure if that is the case, but I want to find out from you, what do you think is the reason it is difficult for men in the 21st century to find it important to ensure that their wives are trained educationally, otherwise, in order to as well contribute their quota, but to the family and the society in general? Why do you think that this kind of practice still subsists in our time?
Yeah, Wisdom, what is coming into my mind now is fear. Fear of the unknown. Okay. Fear of the unknown. I use myself as an example. My husband has given me that free hand to fly around, to do anything I can do within my powers. And as long as it's purely clean before God and before men, as long as I don't fool myself around. But when a man is scared of his wife, you won't let her walk, you won't let her go into political environment, you won't even give her appropriate money. When a woman is so educated, you're so scared. I have masters in international diplomacy. I'm a lawyer by profession. My husband is never scared. He's an NDA person. And he cannot be scared because there is no reason. Remember the other day, there's a little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. If you bring, we'll have a good home. And for me, I don't believe in depending on a man. I don't believe in depending even on my husband. I believe that I'm created by God as He created the man to work hard and make a good income. Because you are respected when you also make a good income. And again, it depends on how the woman approaches her home. You see, all these things, they have the other side of the coin. When you approach your home with love and sincerity of purpose, and you make sure that you cook. At this age, I cook for my husband. We have a cook. That I delight in walking into the kitchen and spending quality time, cook traditional soup for my husband. But most of the working women, this is another issue that Nigerian women should start addressing. Most of the working women, they don't believe in cooking for their husbands. They believe that the cook is there to do everything. No. Even if you don't have much time, supervise the cook, even on phone. Tell the cook, do it this way, do it that way. At the moment you have time on Saturday morning, give your husband the best breakfast. Then anything you ask, he can do it for you. Give your husband the best traditional soup. Anything you ask, he can do it for you. So, but very important, I said earlier, is fear. Most Nigerian men are so scared of their wives. Like Sally is called the Iron Lady. But I'm just like a coconut. Outside I'm very hard, but inside I'm watering. In my home, I'm as soft as anything. I'm as simple as anything. Outside I can be hard.
Perhaps yes. We can move away from the home now and look at the society in general. And you've already pointed out that fear, the scare of what the woman can become, possibly to become better in her endeavor more than the man, is the reason most men do not want to invest heavily in their wives. How about the society? Can you look back at what the nation Nigeria has done in terms of providing enabling environment for the women to thrive, and you feel proud of what has been and what could equally be?
In general, Nigerian society is a selfish, self-centered society. It's very, very selfish.
But why would you say so?
I'm giving you a practical example. The men in our society are extremely, extremely very selfish people. It's me, it's my wife, it's my daughters, it's my sons. They don't believe in going out of their way to help the woman. That woman that doesn't have a help. That woman that is struggling. So most of our men are not willing. They don't have that spirit of giving. They don't have that spirit of generosity. They don't have that spirit of accommodation. To accommodate, except Nigerians begin to accommodate, including my government. Accommodate women that can do certain things and do it right, irrespective of their background. Irrespective of the fact that they don't have a big man, a big name on their name. Nigerians today, if you are not a senator's wife, you are not a governor's former wife, or ex-governor's wife, ex-senator's wife, ex-this, ex-that. Nobody recognizes you. No, it's not the way to go. The best way to do is that you shop around. It must not be from that family that the father was this and the mother was that. And because of that, she must give you a portfolio. If your father was not a senator, or is not a senator, you are not given a portfolio. Who says that woman, that so much intelligent woman, cannot do better than that senator's wife, cannot do better than that senator's daughter? Who says so? So that is the problem we have in our society. And Nigerians need to address it. Nigerian women need to also rise up against it. Our fingers are not equal. All of us cannot be senator's wife, a managing director's wife, a governor's wife. No, it's not practicable. How many House of Rep do we have? All of us cannot be House of Rep at a time. We have over 200 million in this country. And women population are far more than the male population. So why can't women be considered in a very worthy position? The reason is because that woman does not have somebody who will pick a phone and make a call, who will sit down in the house and say, please, I'm sending my daughter to you, I'm sending my friend, my girlfriend to you, I consider her for a portfolio. That is why Nigerian women are so backward. It's one of the major reasons why we are so backward. It's one of the major reasons why we are more traders, trading in the market. I'm not saying if there's anything wrong, people trading in the market. But even those women in the market today, some of them can do better if they are given opportunity to do something else outside going to the market or sitting under the sun 247. An example, I run an NGO. But, the moment a governor is appointed, his wife becomes a managing director of 1 million NGOs. So you can, governor is elected, rather not appointed. You cannot you can't write a letter to any governor and say, please sponsor my project. And such a governor will sponsor your project with joy flowing like a river, with good spirit, with God-given spirit. No, it doesn't work in Nigeria. The moment you're elected, you're a senator, or you're a House of Rep member, or you're a governor, or you're a minister, your wife will begin to run an NGO. So, and that left some of us that have an NGO to zero, because you must be sponsored, you must be assisted. NGO is not a job that you earn income, okay, except when you get to the international level.
Let's look at another challenge bedeviling the women fold in our society, and you've been very perhaps loud in terms of how the male folks in the nation, basically those at the upper echelon of power, have been kind of selfish in terms of how they've been able to allocate some of the resources and positions in the society. Would you equally think or say that the society has been unfair to the women fold in terms of domestic violence, which are prevalent in our time, talking about rape, activities against women which are appalling? What do you have to say about that? Do you think the society has equally failed to play their role in terms of protecting the women fold? Because I will not think so. I can give you examples. When the former Minister of Women Affairs, then Pauline Tallen, was in the office, she fought gallantly for every Nigerian woman, or most Nigerian women, or a reasonable number of Nigerian women. And today we have a couple of NGOs that the moment there is a violence against a woman, domestic violence against a woman, either by the husband or by any person at all, and the picture is flashed in any of the platforms, you will see women writing. In fact, women will organize themselves and they will go there. They will pick up the man. They will do anything that they can do to make sure that such nonsense does not continue. So it's the society, the Nigerian women have been together. They are united to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my understanding, to the best of my involvement. They are united in fighting domestic violence. And that is the truth. Again, it has the other side of the coin too. I say it boldly, every Nigerian woman should try to do what is right. What is right in your home. Because you get this tongue lashing, you get this anger. Even as a woman myself in my home, you get the tongue lashing, you get the anger when you do not do what is right, even if you're a woman in the house. And the younger generation seems to be very, very appalling. They are much more difficult to handle. Because I just noticed that there is no young girl, even the coppers, the fresh graduates, that you can give direction or directives. You're trying to direct them the best way possible they should handle themselves. They are not willing. Most of them want to live on the street. That is another issue. A lot of people, a lot of women, and even some men,
But particularly women, it hurts me because I'm a woman. I said to you earlier that when I was far younger, I had a car, a Honda Prelude. Things were tough in Lagos. I told my brother, I want to take this car, buy a Peugeot. I can use it to be doing a taxi. But how many women in this generation will think that way? My stepbrother is alive. I told him, I said, I want to say, no, don't do it. But I'm not the man. God help us. I got a small job. I didn't have anybody to send me to school. But God trained me because I was consistent. Nigerian woman must learn how to be consistent. No matter how tough it is, if you believe in God and you have focus, you say, this is where I'm going to, you will get there. Because the Bible says with God, all things are possible. Good things are possible, not evil things. You will get there.
Bishop William, let's stay with the challenges confronting the women. And for someone listening, this may sound bizarre. I'm trying to connect what we are looking at this morning to the insecurity situation in our nation, based on the popular adage that train a woman, train the nation. And you mentioned something key as well, that it appears some women are not living up to the billing in terms of instructing the younger generation, their children, on the path to go. Trying to connect that with the current insecurity in our nation, would you say that the women folk has failed to deliver in terms of training these children on the right path to go and all of that, that's the reason our nation is suffering from this more like incurable disease of security?
You said it very rightly. Our mothers, not all, have failed. Me, I live a life of exemplary. I give you example. I went downstairs and I had to rush up because of this conversation with you. Somebody came into the house and was ringing bells. He rang that bell minimum 5 times. I was in my room hearing the bell. But I have a copper here. When I got downstairs, she was just sitting down. I had to ask the girl cleaning my room to go and open the door. This girl was born by a woman, trained by a woman. Her mother is alive, her father is alive. I just said to her, you're a cop, I don't know you before. You don't pay for anything here. So I have a cook, you eat what somebody cook. A girl cleans this house. And somebody is pressing bell. You can't go and open the door. She claims she didn't hear it. Why would she hear it? She will use a headphone, block her ears. I asked the gentleman that came and said, go and press the bell for me. He went and pressed the bell. And the bell was ringing in the parlor downstairs. Now, let me ask you, if this girl was given a proper training by her own biological mother, don't think she'll be useful where she in this place? So it's a classical example that most mothers have no time. You know, they've been saying it in the television every day. A mother gets up in the morning, rush out. The vehicle takes your child to school, bring the child back, cook food for your child. Then the next minute, you're this, you're that, cook. That is just the life. You never spend quality time to look at your daughters, because we need to. Nigerian women must begin to look seriously into their daughters' behavior. Because my heart is boiling. My heart is boiling. Nigeria's mothers need to pay close attention to their daughters' behavior, to their daughters' friends, to whom their daughters associate with. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. You cannot minus it anything. Rather, you will add. We cannot go on life like this. Nigerian mothers, particularly our Christian mothers, they need to begin to give close attention to their children, whether male or female. It's the only way the society can be better. And when you talk of banditry and Boko Haram, it's not just women. That one cut across. That is purely security issue. That is purely governmental issue. But again, too, we need to be very careful in our homes. I always shout at them here, don't leave my door open for 1 second. The moment you get into the house, lock the first door, lock the second door. Even the kitchen is never open. My backyard is never open. The door is locked 24/7. So me, I'm security conscious. And so if you're around me, you don't know that you should lock the door, and because then you cannot be around me.
Okay.
So we need to teach our children the best way to live, and to please be security conscious, and to please do the needful for your own self, for your children yet unborn. Because the way you're living, if you're not careful, you marry tomorrow, you're not going to give any tiny training to your child. You're not going to give any tiny training. Education is not everything. And we cannot continue to copy Americans. The way they live is different. It's not our culture. They live a life of insult. They saw their parents. But a lot of Americans try and change their lives. In the Christendom that I belong, a lot of young youth from America I know, they are beginning to change. A lot of them are really changing. They're living a better life. All this carelessness we live in Nigeria, we need to stop it. And it should start with our mothers. Also our fathers. Yes.
Okay. If you're just tuning in, it is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, and today is the International Women's Day happening across the world with the topic Invest in Women. Accelerate progress. And I've been having a chat so far with Bishop-elect Sally William Chinebu, PhD. And this is definitely on the front burner. We are looking at it, every aspect of the women in terms of their challenges. We are looking at how they too can contribute to the society, and whether or not things have gone the other way because of not actually doing due diligence to what they should do. We've got more, but we are due for a break. When we return, let me give you an insight into what we're going to discuss upon return. We are going to look at women involvement in politics, in governance. Have they stamped the authority? Has the society been fair to them in terms of inclusion? What can they do to break even in order to equally contribute to the progress of our nation? This will surely be on the front burner when we make a return. Do stay with us. Thank you for staying with the Flow of Gadsden State, and it is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. And perhaps only trying to reiterate, we are looking at the International Women's Day celebration. It's happening today across the globe, and we are joining in to celebrate our women for what they've been doing from the past to the present, and possibly what they will do. However, looking at the challenges confronting them and how they too can thrive and as well confront their challenges. And I've been having a chat so far on the platform with Bishop-elect Sally William Chinebu, PhD. Thank you for staying with us, ma.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I did let the cat out of the bag before that break. Let's get your thoughts. Would you look at the political ecosystem of our nation, the governance strata, and you feel fulfilled in terms of the involvement of women across the board, from the local government level to the state level and to the national level? Are you fulfilled in what you've seen so far?
No, I am not at all. But I think, let me pause to say, Nigerian women and women all over the world, I celebrate you all and I love you all, but God loves us more. My dear brother, I'm not fulfilled at all. I was the first Southeast Zonal women leader of APC Zonal, which comprises Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo State. When I came for the second tenure, and when I was in that first tenure, I did very, 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 very well. I was much more popular than any woman. Excuse me, go and make inquiry. Because everything I do it with all my being. Wisdom, why do I speak this way? I believe, maybe as a pastor, I used to tell people, the days of Sarah, Hagar, those days are gone. You are not seeing them. You are not believing their experiences. But you are seeing Sally. And if I tell you something, it's something I've experienced. Believe it, it will be well with you. I came back for the second tenure. Who is who from Southeast? From Ken Namani to anybody, just name it. They signed my form. But at 2 a.m., The former governor insisted that I cannot be returned. It goes back to what I'm saying, or what I said earlier. It has to be whom they are close to. That was why I didn't come back. And see what happened in Adamawa. Had they refused the Nadam to be elected governor. Nigerian men do not consider a woman for political portfolio, particularly political election. But I'm not saying it should be given on a platter of gold. No. There is no free tea, even in Freetown. You work hard, you should be recognized, and if your people are willing to elect you, allow that person to be elected. Stop packing money left, right, and center. Because we women, we don't have money to distribute. Politics in Nigeria is very deadly. A no woman will go and hire thugs to come and do politics. What for? And if you ask me, I think government should really gazette this issue of thuggery. They should find a way to stop it. There must be a stop to it. Let people key in, and if they vote you, you go in. If they don't vote you, it's not that day you carry, people who carry gather must go back, carry cloth. And it's when election is approaching, you see all the men doing all kinds of empowerment. All sorts of empowerment. If you go to Aruchukwu, where I come from, I'm a Dugu of Aruchukwu Kingdom. It's as a result of my empowerment to my people. It's not because I was going for any political election or anything. But I delighted in giving welfare to my people. An average Nigerian man does not give welfare to his people until 3 months, 6 months maximum to election. Huba. They will start giving welfare to their people. Nigerian women in this aspect we are really suffering politically. We are suffering.
Would you then say that Nigerian women have put themselves in a place where they could raise their hands and be counted? I mean, in terms of matching their male counterparts, toe to toe, all round, academically, politically, and otherwise. Would you say that they've made themselves available and they've not been recognized? Is that what you are trying to say? Not completely so. Yes, I would say not completely so. It's partially truth. We've made ourselves available, but we are not recognized. Because why I say not completely so is because Nigerian woman too is a problem to herself. The envy among women is second to none all over the world. Because if we say we have the population, my dear brother, wisdom, if we have the population, if Nigerian women are much more in Nigeria, if we are highly populated, can Nigerian women gang up and say, we want this person to go and let her go for us, and everybody will queue behind her in every state, in every local government, in every ward? But in that area, Nigerian women have failed woefully. They are not ready to support one another. They can put a knife on my neck. I will not withdraw my statement. We Nigerian women are not ready. We are not prepared to support ourselves, to support one another, to work for one another. We are full of envy. We are too jealous. We are full of hatred. Or if I support her now, she becomes a senator, she be better than me. Or if I support her now, she become a woman leader, she be better than me. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. So Nigerian women need to give serious consideration to what the position they find themselves politically, and sit on a round table and agree that this is the way forward. This is the way we must go as women of Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria. We must sit down on a round table and agree, and it will be better without missing words. And to God be the glory, we will get there. But if Nigerian women continue the way we are, maybe, God forbid, in the next 2027, I don't know whether we'll even have 2 senators in the red chamber, and maybe up to 3 House of Rep in the green chambers. How many do we have? And we say we are populated. Is it not a shameful thing, my dear brother? It shows how narrow-minded Nigerian women are.
Because if we are not narrow-minded, there is no way we will not campaign for one another. I remember some years back, I was a director general in an NGO. Somebody from my state, from my own Aruchuku, came to me, a woman, that she wants to contest for Senate. I said, okay, my dear sister, it's a very big portfolio you're going for, but I will support you. But let me tell you, let you and I and other women from Aruchuku, we need to be holding meetings. So that anytime you're contesting for any portfolio, if you tell me first and tell other women first, all of us will step down for you. My dear brother, I did this. If I tell you first and other women, everybody should step down for me. Let us help one another.
Okay. Now, having recognized the fact that there is no free tea in Freetown in terms of the positions made available to women in terms of our Nigerian politics, I mean, it means that each time they have the opportunity, the onus is on them to live up to the billing, to perform beyond expectation in order to increase the support from the male counterpart of theirs in terms of further political consideration and all of that. And we must agree as well that there's been some of them who have equally delivered in terms of Okonjo-Iweala, and a few of them as well that may have left some skeleton in their cupboard. The likes of
I will pause you there, wisdom. Okonjo-Iweala was not a politician.
But she was.
No, excuse me, I'm coming. She was not appointed. She was picked because of her wide experience, UN and the rest of them, World Bank, by Obasanjo. And today she has become a mighty figure. So it's not the same. Appointment is appointment. Election is election. You go for an election and you're voted in. Then somebody can decide to appoint you because you are worthy to be appointed. You are qualified to be appointed. Yes. So it's not the same.
Having understood that anyway, my point is, I mean, when you don't find something all the time, it means whichever one you are able to grapple and you get, you have to cherish the same and give your best. How about those who have failed to deliver on their mandate in terms of objectives, either for appointment or election? How do you convince the populace that the women still have what it takes to handle positions, either appointments or election, veritably, and I mean increase their stock? How do you address this kind of challenge?
Well, for me, it's still also it's difficult to address. It goes back to the old issue. When a Nigerian woman, when you are in a position, do you really care for the other women? Do you leave your door open? I made place to say it does not exist in Nigeria because of her selfishness. You can go and make inquiry. When Pauline Tallen was there, her door was open 24/7 for women from all walks of life. But some time ago, I called the current Minister of Women Affairs. Since she got to that office, I've called her more than 100 times. I've never gotten her on phone. When she was contesting, the very first time I had her name, I called her, congratulated her. She answered very well. You see, I'm a practical person. I'm talking on live program, and I'm mentioning names. I don't care how anybody feels, because I know I'm saying what is the truth. I called her, she answered me, and I told her whom I was. Oh, she said, oh, we will see. My woman leader, we must see. After a few weeks, I called her back. She never answered. My sister, you are the vice president in our political party. Can I see you? Can we come and discuss? No way. As a minister now, I called the secretary. The secretary said I need to write a long letter before I can see a woman that was, she was not there when we started APC. She doesn't know how we build up APC. So the whole thing is, it's a sham. I can't describe it anyhow better. But I'm just trusting God that someday we will have radical women that will take the bull by the horn and say this must be done in this manner. And in that manner it must be done. And so in that manner it is done. But if we go by what is going on and what I'm seeing and the way things are, I do not know. And any woman you talk to thinks that it's all about money or her money. No, it's not so. Relationship is far better than money. I'm praying for them that are in the position of authority, that God will give them wisdom so that they will be able to. You see, the purpose of appointing you as a woman in a ministry, a minister, is for you to carry your fellow women. And if we can understand it, if Nigerian women can understand that if she's appointed and given a portfolio, she should use it to carry other women along. You don't have to give them money, but you can give, if there is a job in your office, you can give it to the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. I know how many times in December I say, can you give me just a bag or 2 bags of rice for my constituency? She told me when we come after Christmas. It's what is going on with our we women, and unfortunately, it's like Nigerian women has become even more power intoxicated than their men counterparts. And that is why somebody is appointed in a position or given in a position or they put in a position, you call her, she will start making excuses not to see you.
Okay.
No matter how busy you are.
All right.
No matter how busy you are.
We're going to open the phone lines. I will plead that you stay on the line so that we will get the reaction of the listener, and then we'll wrap up by getting your final thoughts, Bishop Sally. But before we do, we have been able to enunciate, lay them bare, the challenges bedeviling the women in our society, Nigeria, and you've been practical in pointing each of them and raising concerns where there is need for that. How can things change for the better? You mentioned the issue of men not investing in their women, making them second fiddle, only meant for the kitchen, not going out to invest in themselves just to as well contribute to the society. On the other hand, they equally talked about the unempowerment of the women simply because the men are a bit selfish and they do not want to see their accept women who are really close to them and all of that. How can all of these challenges be addressed? What's the silver bullet?
It's a difficult question, really, my dear brother. How can it be addressed? It's mindset. Is you to tell yourself, I want to change. Is that man in that holding that portfolio to tell himself, I want to change. Is the woman holding that portfolio to tell herself, I want to change. I want to be a better citizen. A better person. Nigeria must move forward. And if Nigeria must move forward, I must contribute my best. I must be remembered for my good work. Mother Teresa, what did she have on earth? She's long gone, but her good work is remembered every second. And I'm so proud. She wasn't Pentecostal, but she's remembered. The King of England today, King Charles, the late wife, though they were divorced, is still remembered for her commitment to the British people. And I'm not trying to praise myself. When I read things people write about me, it gives me joy that there are people, so many people out there that believe in me. Some of them I don't even remember. We must learn how to invest in human beings. But unfortunately, this is very natural. It's inborn. If you don't have that spirit, you don't have that spirit. But if God created you, you can develop it. We cannot be asking UN or doing this for UN do this for us, UN do that for us. We Nigerian women, we must begin to do things for ourselves and become more united. And Nigerian government should give a listening ears to Nigerian women and help us. If possible, they've given us Ministry of Women Affairs. If they have to create another ministry, another whatever that can cater for Nigerian women, let them do it. We are many in this country. And that is why we have so many people on the street. So many girls, my heart bleeds, my dear. So many girls on the street. In my compound, I rented out my boys' quarter and I regret it today. There are about 3-4 girls or 5 girls staying there. One day I saw them walking half naked in my compound. I told the security man, anytime I called the caretaker, I said, any day I see these girls like this, I will lock them up. It's not here that they should dress like this.
Okay.
The filmman told me that they don't come back before 4 a.m. every day, and they don't go anywhere during the day. They go out by 11, 12. So the government need to begin to do something seriously concerning the youth. They are between 18 to 25 years. All these girls we are talking about. None of them is up to 35.
Let's engage our listener now. 0811 605 2949 or 0916 898 1982. When you call us, tell us your name, your location, and then go ahead. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Thank you. Tell us your name and where you are calling us from, then go ahead.
Ikechukwu calling from Imaya. Ikechukwu Korochukwu. See, the foundation of Nigeria is education is instrument that restore the dignity of man. Whether woman or men, all of us are men.
I want to be hearing you, my son.
Okay, the education
I will relate to
is a strong instrument to restore the dignity. So women should stop their approach politics with inferiority complex, which is very bad. It's not only qualities. Men build their own from economic perspective. Women should be a champion in economy. Look at, take it for instance, in advanced cities, even in Nigeria here, Late Akoyele was given appointment, not because she's a woman, because she's qualified. That's what I'm telling you. So women should not make it as if it is a man that shall prove there. We are not talking about marriage institution here. We are talking of public institution where you serve the public for public purpose, where you use the public fund for public uses. We are not talking of traditional institution. We are not talking of custom and tradition and norm. We are talking of values to creating future. And the way Nigeria is now, the people running it, they have no thinking, they have no future. That is where the country is going down.
Okay.
And if you continue like this, it continues to go down. Look at most people competing in American politics, like the Clinton's wife.
Wrap up your thoughts now.
Because the woman. So it should be some.
Thank you, Ikechukwu Okorochukwu. I'm not the one behind your words stopping. I think the network was behind it. And for Ikechukwu, just to relate to you, he's saying that women should not approach politics with inferiority, and they should put themselves in a position where their capacity will be considered instead of their gender. Mentioning a lot of examples while he spoke there. 0811605249 or 0916891982. You can equally send a message to 0906510829. Let us get to hear from you. We are live on Facebook, by the way, facebook.com/Flow949FM. You can equally leverage that platform and share your thoughts with us, trying to dig up more messages. This one is saying that women should equip themselves in order to challenge men in terms of politics and all of that. 0811605249 or 0916891982. Okay, let's get your thoughts. I mean, the reaction is saying women should equip themselves, put themselves in a competitive level with the men, especially in terms of holding public offices and all of that. Let's see if we can take this call. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
I want to round up. So there are many women in this continent by the history. Queen Amina of Zaria. She was a traditional ruler in the present state of Kaduna. She ruled her people very well and protected her people very well. You know what I'm telling you? So the women should not be thinking the men are not allowing us. No. You can mobilize by yourself. It's you who get there to everybody and nurture them for 9 months in the belly. After that, we monitor them and feed them and teach them to all
Okay,
these things.
Ikechukwu,
Women are
thank you.
inside.
Thank you
So
very much.
education,
Thank you.
women should also be a captive of injustice.
Thank
I
you.
want to see injustice coming upon by women.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Ikechukwu. Thank you. We appreciate. Let's look at the comments on Facebook. Our race is already run. Sarah David is saying the social media, the female folks have exposed themselves to vices rather than being beneficial than destructive. I'm trying to understand. And he went on to say, I feel the number one thing that should be addressed is the mindset of the women of female gender. First, talking to yourself and improving while talking will help. They equally need to be hardworking and submissive. And from Okonamd, he's saying women are inspirational, caring, lovely, and kind. Let's see if this call can pull through. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Wizzy.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I remember Mr. Prince Fellowship from Hanomonachobo.
Go ahead.
Do you hear me? To start with, my congratulations to the entire women in the world and Africa in general. Most importantly, the credo. They are the credo that rules the world. First of all, their participation in politics, to me, I believe they should not be an obstacle towards women's development. In the entire universe, women are obstacles to the fellow women in politics. They are the ones that drag the other women back. In terms of numerical strength, they have the strength to rule the world in politics, but they are not coherent. So my advice to them is this: let them form a formidable body, let them be united so as to get what they want in politics. That is my thing. May God bless you in the studio.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me come back to you, Bishop Sally. Let's get your final thoughts. The advice coming in, basically, women should make themselves formidable to challenge on all fronts, that they have what it takes. All positive comments coming through. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Again and again, I wish our women the best of the season. I'll give an example to every woman that may be listening, or even men. When I started politics, I'm not a politician. I came from the church background. My husband was 247 with me. In APC, the way they look at me, they said, that woman that her husband was always following. Now, an average Nigerian woman, if you want to succeed politically, work with your husband. And every average Nigerian man, if you want your wife to succeed politically, work with her, encourage her, support her. And to the generality of Nigerians, please, let's make Nigeria a living and beautiful country that it is. We have no any other country. Let's give the best for this country. And God will help us to get to where we are going to. The narrative must be changed. Let's change the narratives. Nigerian women are very resilient. Let's pull ourselves close. Let's pull out. The young man said that, tell yourself the truth. Nigerian woman, begin to tell yourself the truth. Realize areas of your weakness. Accept it. Realize areas of your strength. Accept it. Find out a partner that can work with you in those areas, whether weak or strong.
Okay.
The God will help us to achieve the best. And our children must be better than us. Above all, let every mother be up and doing in training her child.
Okay.
Train your child better.
All right. Thank you very much, Bishop-elect Sally William Chinebu, PhD. She's a member of the All Progressives Congress and a clergy. Thank you for coming on the program, the platform. It was enjoyable having this discussion with you.
Thank you, Wisdom. God bless you. Bless your family. Keep you protected in Jesus' name.
Amen. Let me equally appreciate my producer, Samson Eze, and equally my co-producer, talking about Ginika Olwaha. Thank you for your contribution. And to Charles and Stanko behind the visuals, Thank you. My name is Wisdom Thomas, and this is where we'll draw the curtain on the platform. Let me seize the opportunity to wish women all the best. We look up to you. You continue to inspire most of us. You are resilient, and you will continue to live above the odds. God bless you.